while the other places in the world are still going through their own levels of colonization, your case is extremely unique due to chattel slavery, right? And the 400 years or so in this land where you had to deal with systemic oppression and racism. But it's not the only case, right? We have Brazil that has a very strict racial structure. We even have places like India with a caste system where their darker skinned people are literally at the bottom. It's not to say that it's not, you know what I mean? So it's just like we have to kind of like, the moral of the story is that the way to circumvent the oppressor is for all melanated people around the world to realize their power and that they're more similar than they are different. It's not that you aren't great. You are great, but it's just weird to be like, we're the best, we're the smartest, we're this and this. All black is beautiful, man. All black is beautiful, and there's a lot of intelligent black people in Africa, in South America, in Asia as well. Very beautiful races as well. So I mean, we're all beautiful, we all smart, and we all need to work together to circumvent the real problem, which is the fucking elites. Go ahead, Life, since you can. Go ahead. Sure, sister.
Yeah, man, I'm talking it. So look, you live in Africa, right? So when you go to the village and that, right, in Africa, yeah, do people identify themselves as black, or do they say you're just a man or a woman? Answer the question.
A man or a woman, because everyone out there is the same color.
He was asking Melissa, not you. He was asking Melissa.
Wait, what'd you say? I didn't hear that last one.
So, you live in Africa. You don't live in America right now, right? So
I'm in America right
now. Okay, so but you live in Africa also, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Correct?
Yes, I do.
Right. Okay. So when you go to Africa, yeah, do you say I'm a black woman? I'm a black American woman. Do you say that to people there or no?
No, it's only American. There's no black identity of blackness over there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Point proven. Yeah. Cool.
Here's where I was trying to go. I'm gonna be very. So this is what I was trying to go to it. I wasn't trying to turn it into a controversy. So every group of people have a uniqueness that should be celebrated, and they do celebrate it. Because I love, when I went to Senegal in '96, I had a good time over there. I love the culture. I spent time in Ghana, got some friends over there, right? I'm still friends with them to this day, and I love them just the way they are, the uniqueness, all the beautiful things that are part of their language, their family traditions. I love it, and I love that it's authentic to them. I love Brazil. Brazil have a unique Afrocentric, African connection to their history. Very different. Jamaica, very different than Barbados or whatever. All these uniqueness are, while we are all one people, there's a uniqueness that we recognize and respect and celebrate, right? When I go to Jamaica, I don't go to Jamaica looking to be a black American. I want the Jamaican experience. That's a whole nother language, another way of rhythm, movement, cooking food. You know, the way they laugh and joke, the way they talk to each other, is that uniqueness. So what I'm saying is, because we were descendants of slaves who set up a plantation, we have a uniqueness over here as well too, right? And we try to celebrate that every year with our food, our language, our nuances. That distinguishes us from all these other groups, which gives us a culture, distinction, right? Not better, right? But inclusive, right? Because in Charleston, where I'm from, we speak a certain dialect that sounds similar to the Barbados patois, right? So the New Orleans, what's up, baby? Everybody has a uniqueness that they celebrate, right? So when I said that about Black Americans have a unique.
That place? Is it South America?
South Carolina. But listen,
right. So you know that South.
But let me finish. Okay. So what I'm saying, I didn't present this to be in competition with South Africans or Black Britain. This not a no. Listen. I'm telling you what I'm doing now, so don't tell me what I'm doing when I'm telling you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is actually celebrating. I'm celebrating uniqueness. So when I thought about the uniqueness,
Good evening. Can you hear me?
you don't know it.
Already know who.
Has roots that
Let it go because it's not that serious. He had a question. He was interested in it. And he was just trying to figure out. And I get what you're.
A perfect being.
Yeah, but I agree. But there was no evil in the world when God created it. It was perfect, bro. What are you talking about? You don't understand the God.
Yeah, but the point is that there's evil in the world and he's omnipotent, right? So he's all powerful. So time is irrelevant. Doesn't matter what time it is in the world, right? Evil existing at any time in the world is unexpected.
No, you taking too much on yourself. No, you getting like into realms that you don't need to be getting into.
Okay, well, do you think that the team from the perfect cake maker is gonna tomorrow is gonna part of it's gonna turn into fecal matter or something?
No, that's not.
Probably not, right?
You went off, Sully, listen, bro. You asked the question, okay, yeah. When God created the earth, it was created perfect. Alright? The problem came in from us. That's what the problem. It didn't come from God. It came from us. Okay? I don't think
were we perfect?
Yes, we were.
Okay, then why did a problem come from us if we were perfect?
You don't want to say that, Stone.
What do you mean I don't? Andrew, okay, Andrew, you are.
Don't say that.
Everything, God's the only perfect being. You don't want to say God
Blasphemy.
created everything perfect.
Blasphemy.
That's
He said,
exactly what I. That's
he said
exactly.
we were good. He didn't say that we were perfect.
Let's just say, I understand what he's saying, Andrew. When he says perfect, he means, without flaw.
That's
without evil. Okay. Let's just say without evil. There was no evil in the world.
That's fine.
I get that's how I'm reading it. But the point is that, the point is that if we were good, you're saying, well, look, evil showed up because of us, but you're saying, we were very, very good. So why did evil show up because of us? We were so good.
Again, why are people trying to say tell me or say what I'm saying? What I'm saying is what I said. That we were created perfect, right?
Then where did evil come from then?
I'll answer that. So, well, first of all, the question of evil that's a whole nother topic. But
that's what we're talking about. It's the problem of evil. What do you mean?
No.
Yes, that is what we are talking about right now. It's called the problem of evil.
Stone. I'll be so happy if you say this, brother. Say, listen, the whole thing about evil, let's put a pin in that. Let's table that for a couple hours. We're going to come back to it.
The argument is called the problem of evil. You remember the whole cake thing I said, and the fecal matter is the evil, and
that was
then
one of my favorite things I've heard from you, Stone. That was awesome, bro. You're like, whoa.
You said that the world is okay. Let's say perfect, i.e. There's no evil at first, right? So first there's no evil, and we're not evil at all, right? But then somehow evil comes from us somehow. How's that happen? Why did that happen? Just cause? Like, it's like, oh, just cause, I guess. Like, you know, they just did it. They were just evil.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already evil in Genesis anyway, because the serpent is evil. Right?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because
Is the serpent evil before Adam and Eve eat the fruit? Like, I assume he is evil.
Was Lucifer
right?
Was Lucifer perfect when God created him? Because he's the first sinner, right? But if you say that he is perfect, why is a perfect being sinning? That's kind of weird. You see?
Okay, you guys having a convo amongst yourselves? Is that what
Okay, go ahead.
Where do I fit in here?
We're responding to you, bro.
People are talking for me before I even get a chance to respond. So you guys are
He's
not
asking you a
talking to
question.
me. You guys are talking to one another.
Dude, he's asking you something in response to what you said.
Yeah. But it's okay, brother. Sterling, say whatever you want to say, brother. Say whatever you want to say.
Nah, go ahead, man. You guys.
Okay, you said everything that God created at the beginning was perfect. That would include Lucifer. Lucifer would be a perfect being. Why did Lucifer sin if he's perfect? That doesn't make any sense to me. But go ahead. I'll listen. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
All right, cool. You sure?
Yes, shutting up now.
Okay.
Shutting up now.
Okay, I'm going back to the whole, where we were at with this whole thing with the cake, the maker, and the earth. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, the problem came from us. With our perfection came something that God decided to give us, which is free will. Therein lies the problem that you're searching for, Mr. Sully. Okay? It's not with God. Again, it's with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
But then, wait. But even if we have free will, right? Like, let's say we have libertarian, like the most robust free will.
You guys are making a big deal out of nothing.
Just listen. We have. Let's say we have like the most robust. What? Can you just listen first? Okay. All right.
If you could return that's nice. But go ahead.
I am. I'm responding to you. Brought up free will as their reason. Okay. So let's say we have the most robust kind of free will that you can think of. You know. So we really have this like fully free choice. You know, to act as like a first cause of different possible actions, you know. Okay, think about how you have a free choice to do something incredibly disgusting to you, right? So you have a free choice to, you know, go and swim in raw sewage right now if you want to, okay? Like, you could go make that happen, right? You might get arrested or something, I don't know, but you could make that happen if you really tried, okay? And the point is that, yeah, you're free to do that. You have the free will capacity to do that, but I wouldn't expect you to do that right now, right? Like, I don't know, I think you seem relatively sane. I don't think you would decide to go and swim in raw sewage. And so the point is, like, even if we have free will, if we're very, very, very good beings, right? Then doing evil... Right, then even the idea is that even with free will, it's still incredibly unexpected that you would do evil things.
I agree. We agree, bro. We have no argument. I completely 1,000% agree with that. That's why there's this problem with sin. Like I said, we could be here for days discussing that. No one knows where.
But then the point is that it makes. So this is the point. It makes evil very unlikely on your view, which means that the evil we see in the world counts as evidence against your view.
What? Well, hold up.
It's incredibly unlikely on this view that there's a perfect being, right? So this evil we've agreed is very unlikely.
Hold on, Sully.
You just agreed that it's incredibly unlikely if we were.
Go slow with me, bro. You're going too fast. Just go. Let's take it back. Now say that again slowly.
You said you agreed that if we are really, really, really good beings, you said perfect, but I'm just going to say very good. Okay, because that'll appease Andrew, because that's what it says in the Bible. Okay, it says very good. It doesn't say perfect. So okay, so if we are very, very good beings,
I don't know what.
It doesn't say perfect. It says very good. But like, look, anyway, the point is that if we're very good beings, then yeah, even if we have really robust free will. Right, you understand the like swimming in raw sewage example that I just gave you.
Yes.
It's very unexpected that such beings would do evil things, even though they have free will. Now, okay. The next step is this means that Your explanation for evil is a free will choice that is very unlikely on the view. Right? Now, hold on. And that means that the existence of evil in the world is unexpected according to your hypothesis. And that means that it's evidence against your hypothesis.
How so? This is where you're losing.
Because on the hypothesis you're promoting, we would not expect to see evil, but we do see evil, and so it counts against the hypothesis. Just like how evidence works. You're saying, like, if my theory is true, right, then evil is very unlikely, and it turns out, oh, well, there's a lot of that. Okay?
So because something is unlikely, that means it won't be? Like, what are you talking about?
No, if I
You're going too fast. This is what I'm telling you, slow down, bro. You're going too fast. This is why you're confused. What you're saying don't make any sense, but you think it does.
Yeah, Sully, shut up. A perfect being, Stone.
Andrew.
Hold on.
What?
I just told Sully to shut up. He's going too fast. He's blabbering.
Yo, fuck you, Andrew.
But listen, here's what I was going to say, Stone. Listen, this will be real chill. Ready? So he created... Just real quick.
No. Because this is turning into silliness, bro.
It's not silly. Can I say one thing? God created perfect beings, okay? He is perfect, okay? God doesn't sin. How do you explain that God has free will and he doesn't do evil ever and never will? But us, being perfect, also chose evil. How do you explain that?
God has free... See, this is what I'm saying. You guys keep saying these things and making these assumptions and just flying right past them.
You don't think that's free?
What do you mean God has free? What is that? You ascribing human attributes?
I'll tell you. Do you think God had to create?
No, Andrew, this is off topic, bro. What are you doing, man? This is completely off topic. No. This isn't about whether God has free will.
He said it.
Yeah, you guys.
The John Kitover Candidate Congressman podcast. Hope you enjoy.
So, look, it's not about whether God has free will. So
I don't know why. I don't know why that was.
This is what it just says.
Beings that have.
Andrew, forget about this. Andrew, forget about this pedantic thing about perfection. I already tried to push us aside.
Here's why it's brought up.
No, but I know, but he doesn't mean that anyway, so it doesn't matter. He just means the thing it says in the Bible. Okay, like that he's using the word. Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. It's fine.
The point is that okay, we were good, right? His explanation, his theodicy is like a free will theodicy. He's saying that the explanation for evil is that we have free will. Okay, so like it didn't come from God. God made the world perfect, very good, whatever.
Sully, you guys are gonna have
to listen. See, this is the problem: is that you're only getting through the first clause of the sentence.
You're wrong.
The whole sentence.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing that, because you're wrong. Everything afterwards is gonna be wrong. If the foundation.
Okay, is wrong, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Everything built on top of it is going. What did I
think that was wrong?
Can you please? The problem is not that we had free will. That's not the problem. That's what you just said.
I didn't say problem. I said it was the explanation for why evil exists that you offered.
Yeah, right? And that's wrong. That's not.
What do you mean that's wrong? That's what you said.
Because
This is
you're
the
not
John Kitover Candidate Congressman podcast. Go to JohnWith4Congress.com. We're listening to people debate theology on Clubhouse. It's rather ridiculous, isn't it? But this is what it's like. People completely incapable of having a conversation.
That's not what I fucking said.
That is what you said.
I can tell you what I said. You don't have to get excited, bro. I'm right here.
I don't need you to. Okay, all right, whatever. I'll go with whatever you say right now. Okay, I'll forget about what you said before. Go ahead. Just say it later.
Go ahead, Stone.
You're making it seem like free will. Jesus. Okay, I give up, man. I
got this.
I'm back to being quiet.
You know you interrupted me, right? Like I was in the middle of a sentence and you stopped.
I know.
So you better give me something, dude, because you interrupted. I lost my train of thought of what I was saying. So you better have something right now. Like, what?
Yeah. I bet. Oh God! I bet I'm up against it. Sonny's got the gun to my head.
Okay, so I'll go. All right, look. So here's what I was saying. Right? You're saying that evil exists because we have free will, and we decided to do evil things. Okay, well, what the fuck are you saying then?
Okay, that's wrong. Evil doesn't exist because we have free will. Evil exists.
Okay, why does evil exist? Why does evil exist?
You gotta be quiet and then you'll hear it, Sully. This is your problem. You're not listening. Evil exists because we chose evil. That's why it doesn't exist because there's free will. Evil exists because we chose it.
Well, presumably we chose it with our free will, right? Like, I don't understand. Choice and free will. Choice and free will are heavily interrelated with one another. So, no, I don't understand the distinction you're drawing at all. It seems like you are just appealing to free will. So
he just want to hear himself talk. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there are other speakers on the stage. I'd like to address the topic at some point when you gentlemen are finished, talking over each other.
Is this our hold on, is this John Kitover?
This is candidate John running in the 16th district against Darren LaHood for Congress.
Are you actually running for Congress? Because you have pretty weird pictures. It seems like you might actually be doing that, which kind of scares me, John. If you actually start governing anywhere, I would be pretty concerned. I might vote for you, though. Which is going to be okay.
Anyway, I'll just give that.
Hold on, John. You can't come in.
Anybody who does, listen, Stone, mute your goddamn mic, okay? Anybody who does give the free will defense, which is not you, no, close your microphone. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody who does. You just mute up so I can make this fucking point, dude, please. Hello? Yes, thank you. Okay.
I'm just saying, there's no
motherfucker.
Need.
Look, I'm in the middle of talking. Okay.
Don't mute. Just mute.
Bro, you don't need to talk to me like that, bro. You really don't.
I'm not talking to you. I was making a point about fucking people who give the free will defense. Can I just make my point, please? I'm not talking to you anymore. Is that okay? Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so the people who give the free will defense. The point is that, if we are very, very good in the beginning, okay, it's not expected that very, very good people are going to do evil things, even if they have free will. So they can have robust free will, okay, as robust as you want to make it, right? And the point is that, yeah, you have that kind of free will towards doing all kinds of stuff, okay, if you're never going to do. You have not an inkling to even think about doing, okay? And so for very, very good creatures, this is what we would expect. And so, the narrative has the serpent coming in for doing, Judeo-Christian Genesis stuff, okay? And it seems like evil already exists before the fall of Adam and Eve in that story, unless you want to say the serpent is good, which that sounds like a more interesting version of the story. But, it seems like evil already exists. So, like, somebody already, does Lucifer have free will, or Satan, or whatever, the serpent, so is that all free will? And then the point is just like, okay, God wants to make creatures who have free will. He's a perfect being. I'm still expecting creatures, like even conditional on he's going to make creatures who have libertarian free will. I'm still not expecting them to do evil things.
And again, we agreed on that point, bro. I was there with you. But then you do something else in the mix then I'm saying
once you agree to all that, then evil is really unexpected on your hypothesis.
I still agree with you. It is unexpected.
Okay, but then when we see evil, then it's evidence against the hypothesis. That's literally the next one.
You didn't want done to you. You're doing it to me.
But you're already accepting the whole argument, though, man, because you're just like...
You're doing to me what you didn't want done to you. All right? Control that, bro. Like, dang. But again, like I said, I agree with you 1,000% with that. All right? But nevertheless, though it's unexpected, it is. It exists. It's there. Now, what you ought to do, not what we ought to do.
And it's evidence against the hypothesis. That's the point.
Instead of keep going around in circles saying, yes, unexpected, but then it doesn't prove anything. What we ought to do is try to figure out why it's there. That would be
if I said, look, think about it like this, right? I have a hypothesis, and it's that Bob, got murdered yesterday. Okay? Is it likely that we would see Bob walking around tomorrow? on that hypothesis?
No, that's
right. Okay. Now, if we saw Bob walking around, let's say tomorrow we get together and we see Bob walking around, is that evidence against the hypothesis that he was murdered?
I would say so. Yeah.
Right. So that's like the principle here. So it's saying, okay, you're agreeing that this thing is really unexpected if your hypothesis is true, and then we see it and we go, oh, this is evidence against that hypothesis.
No, but how is the evidence because something is unexpected?
Because the hypothesis is totally ego, and at this point,
do you remember the cake?
We can see
do you remember
ego.
the baker and the cake, and how you said that would, if you got a cake that had poop in it, then it's evidence against the baker being a perfect baker?
Well, we never got to that point. See, the first thing we got to was like, okay, so that's a good example to turn back to, because the way I framed it is, would you expect there to be fecal matter? And he said no. But like, let's say I give you a cake, right? And it does have fecal matter in it, right? Then you're going to think, hey, you said this guy was a perfect cake baker, but that must be false because, or at least this is evidence that that's not true, right?
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. Okay, good. Then we agree on like everything here, man. So like the point is just that evil is evidence against, perfect being.
No, it's not, because those examples don't match up, bro. And by the way, is it 30 against 1?
Everything is literally the same. It's literally structurally the same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
The structure of the inference is exactly the same, right? It's saying, here's the hypothesis. Yeah. It's a perfect, in one case you have a perfect cake baker, in the other case you have a perfect being, and then instead, we have fecal matter instead of evil. Okay, we're saying, okay, would we expect the fecal matter? No. We found the fecal matter. Oh, that's evidence against this perfect cake maker hypothesis. And it's the same thing.
Here's the
right?
problem.
But it's like we find the evil and it's evidence against the perfect guy.
Yeah, the cake doesn't have agency. That's the problem with the whole thing. It's not the same at all.
No, but I just addressed this point about free will,
bro. His ego won't allow him to get it. He's fighting against his ego right now. Not logic.
Like doing like the personal attacks instead of actually doing like the logical stuff on us. It's fucking annoying.
Thank you.
No, I think Mr. No, I think he's agreeing with me.
Yeah, I do agree with you. This is just AWOC. AWOC is mad because he was adopted by monkeys. And he's mad.
AWOC thinks you're agreeing with AWOC thinks you're agreeing with the other guy. That's the issue. Here's just like
because he's not tracking very well.
AWOC is just trying to keep things civil instead of us turning into a bunch of dumbasses. That's what he's trying to do.
I mean, I think
we're not doing anything personal here. We're trying to have a discussion. But if we want to get
the point, though, right? Like,
I'll just be quiet. And you know what I'm saying? I won't engage. That's cool. I mean, it's not a problem.
It's not It sounded look, Steph, I'll just say this and then I'll let you talk. I'll just shut up. Okay. It seems to me like you just agreed with like every step of the argument. And then the idea is like, you just don't agree with the part at the end where I say like, okay, and so this is evidence, right? And then you go, no. And it's kind of like the Patrick in the Man Ray meme or whatever, where he's like showing him the license. And he's like, okay, so it has your name on it, right? And he's like, yep. And it's like, okay, so, and if it has your name on it, that means that it's yours, right? He's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, so it's yours? And he's like, no, it's not. It's kind of like that sort of thing here. Because you're saying, yes, it's very unexpected on the hypothesis, and you're even agreeing, like, with the other inferences where it's like, if I would expect not to find this, if the hypothesis were true, and I do find it, then that's evidence against,
I got you. Do you want us to get to like an understanding here or something? Because I mean, I can do that if that's what you want, or if you just want. I don't know exactly what you're seeking here, but let me try. Okay, cool. All right, what is it you want me to understand here? How about walk me through this step by step? I
gave you a response to like the free will idea, and I gave you responses to. So in other words, what you're saying the other ideas you brought up. So
God can't be real because there's evil in the world. That's ultimately the.
It's an evidence. So I give you the evidential version, which is just to say like, look at all this evil. Look at all these fucking evil people doing evil shit for centuries, if not millennia of evil. And also, I don't know if you're a young earther or whatever, but, there's since about 4000 BC, there's There's been about, so I'm just going to starting to count from like 4,000 BC then, right? There's been about 105 billion humans. Well, no, 4,000 BC is 6,000 years from today, right?
4,000 BC is 6,000 years. Okay, all right, cool, yeah, cool.
Right, so you got about 105 billion people. If they were to live an average of 40 years each and suffer for 15% of their lifespan, then you would get 630 billion years of human suffering time. So there has been like an absolutely immense degree of both human and animal suffering, even if we're younger, even if we're using young Earth dating, okay? And that is all just like incredibly unexpected. We would not expect to see that kind of thing, on a perfect being hypothesis, at least a priori. And so the point is that the fact that we see that is evidence against the hypothesis.
Okay, we would not expect to see that on a perfect being? Is that what you said? On a perfect being?
If there is a perfect being, yeah.
Well, if there is a perfect, we would not expect it. What if that perfect being decided to give us a free choice to do whatever we want to do? How about if he presented to us, he respected and loved us enough to be like, okay, I've created you, I give you your own agency. Here's the way to life, here's the way to death. If you do X, here's what awaits you, blessings and all that. And if you do Y, you got death, and death is what awaits you. And here it is, choose wisely. Would that be a cool thing for a perfect being? Or would you think that would be the most coolest for a perfect being? Wouldn't that like raise him up to glory in your eyes as far as his perfection is concerned? Right? And if then
I'm confused about what
if then these same beings, with all that in front of them, they chose Y, would that be the being's fault?
Wait, I'm sorry. So, are you asking me, would it be the being's fault if one of the agents that they created chose to do evil?
Chose what? I can't hear you. What was the last part?
If they create, are you asking, I'm not necessarily saying that it's God's fault that Adam...
That's exactly what you said. What are you talking about?
No. No.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm hearing you wrong then, my bad, because that's what I'm getting from what you're saying.
No, because all I'm saying is that it's unexpected, not that God is blameworthy for it.
And I agree with that. I agree with the unexpected part, 1,000%.
Right, but that's enough to make an evidence against them. So the point is that, like, if you tell me, the point is that, look, if you tell me there's a perfect, all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good God, okay, and he's going to create a universe, okay, just like in the cake baker case where I say, okay, I have a very low credence that there's going to be any shit in this cake. Right, very low credence on that. Okay, on the hypothesis that there's a perfect being, tri-omni being, creating a universe. Okay, evil is very unexpected. Immense suffering is very unexpected, and it's literally something I expect not to find on that hypothesis. Right, and so then when we find it, it counts as evidence against. Just like if we found shit in the cake, we'd be like, this guy's not a perfect cake baker. He's like a shit cake baker.
And that's it, Sully, full stop. It's only evidence that this guy isn't a perfect baker. Just like it's only evidence that we chose to
but that's, way. Oh my God, the hypothesis is that he's perfect. Okay, look, the hypothesis is that a perfect being exists.
That's the problem. You refuse to listen.
Oh my God.
It's only evidence.
It's not about saying that there still would be a God, okay? It's not about saying, there would just be a bad God, right? It's saying, the hypothesis says that there's a perfect being, right? And then this counts as evidence against.
But how does it say that's not a being? How does the fact that we chose evil evidence against the fact that there is not a God? How does that work? That's the connection.
It's
okay. Well, it's okay.
I've explained the free will thing, even on the free will account, right? It's incredibly unexpected. That's not what we would expect.
I don't want you to get exasperated, bro. It's cool. I'm just gonna say for the record.
Look, if I had to play the bet, if you said like, hey, God created a guy, and the guy he created, okay, right, he has libertarian free will, and you were like, okay, what credence do you assign that he's gonna go swim in the raw sewage? oh, like pretty much none, because you said he's like, you know, he made him a really good, upstanding guy who's like reasonable, who would know better, you know, okay. And that's going to apply to like everything. Hey, do you think he's going to eat the apple? No, he's not going to eat the apple. What do you mean? I'm going all in on he's not going to eat the apple. I just got dealt, you know, pocket aces. I'm going all in.
Sully, homie, don't we do dumb shit every fucking day, but yet we know better?
Yeah, but God didn't make
Sully, of all the people that ask that question, it shouldn't be fucking human beings. We do dumb shit every fucking second.
Hey, what's the point of this conversation at this point? Like, you know, is there a goal here? What are you guys even discussing at this point? And, you know, you just keep repeating yourselves. This is ridiculous at this point.
What do you got for us, John? What would you like to say?
Yeah, he's got literally nothing to contribute, I'm sure.
Don't troll, John, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you got?
the best reasons for God is intelligence. The divinity or the divine, you know, Lord is super intelligent. So theism, all this religious debate, it all deals with intelligence and super intelligence. So the best reason for God is clearly exhibited in the highest levels of intelligence. And what you've just witnessed is someone try to explain to another person how the English language works, and that person rejected everything that person said, and they talked over each other. There's no intelligence here. It's a typical Andrew room. But God deals with divine intelligence, and I can assure you, everything you just witnessed was a waste of time, completely and utterly, and that's why I have a recording of it in another room called Conversational Hypnosis. Super stupid waste of time. Thanks for contributing to my content collection efforts, everybody.
I forgot this is the guy that does that shit. Anyway,
I'm psychosis there. Go ahead.
Andrew, you should let me run this on you, because I don't think you have any good responses to this either, and you're kind of just sitting here stewing in this guy's like defeat.
I don't have a good response, Sonny.
Oh, I'm not.
Andrew's just sitting here going like, damn, this guy hasn't even learned yet. And Andrew hasn't learned yet.
I'm not saying that. I think it can count as evidence. It's fine.
Okay, but like, there's a lot.
Not cool. I got a great response to it.
I mean, is it more like...
Did you hear the thing about the 630 billion years of human suffering?
Yeah.
I mean, I do...
Oh, okay, not me. Sorry.
I do think there's some mitigation to all that, though. So, I mean, I don't think it's just flat out no good explanations for it, you know. So, I mean, I do think the sheer scale and maybe the quality of the suffering.
You think he could have taken off maybe like a billion years, so maybe like 10 of those 630 billion years?
If he had, would you know it? You know what I mean? So I do think that he has.
Oh my God.
I think he has.
I mean, that's a low ball estimate, by the way. Like, if you do more reasonable estimates, it's like over 1 trillion years. It's like crazy.
Well, you're also like the other creationism, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. If you like young Earth creationism, it helps you a bit here. Caleb, wouldn't you want to say here, because...
Not really, because it's still 630 billion years at 50... Okay, that's assuming average lifespan 40 years, 105 billion people since 4000 BC, and 15% of your life is suffering, which is pretty low.
So, my question for you is this. If the recipients of the suffering, or the victims of it, let's say, still see God as good, in spite of that, predominantly, and they don't blame him, quote unquote, for it, right? They're able to say,
but see, you get that the argument I was just running had nothing to do with blaming it, right? It was just that it's something you wouldn't expect to do. It's the same as, it's not even just like, I shouldn't even just phrase it as unexpected or wouldn't expect, it's that you expect not to see it, right? Which is like the cake baker case, right? Like, it's like, yeah, perfect cake baker. I'm not expecting there to be, like, feces in here. And it's the same kind of thing here. It's like, okay, perfect being, creating a world, creating beings, creating libertarian agents. How many chips am I putting on? It's going to be all good. I'm putting a lot of chips on. I'm putting almost all of my chips on if it's a perfect being, omnipotent, all-knowing, creates, the best stuff, basically. But I'm expecting it to be all good. I'm not expecting to find any shit in it.
Right, but we're permitting them to put feces in it, so to speak, or to make feces in the cake, right? Because let's say they're the ingredients of the cake, and they're making feces in the cake.
What's with all these examples of shit pies and crap cakes?
But then he put little rapscallions in the cake who are gonna make shit. See, because the point is that even if the cake baker was gonna put these little rapscallions in there who had the libertarian capacity to make shit inside the cake, right? You would expect the ones he picked, to be like very unlikely to do that, right? Like that's kind of the point. Like the things that he creates, even if they have libertarian, like again, you get